Certified Blockchain Security Professional, CBSP, Exam Prep Practice Test 2026. Stay with me, and you will learn clear steps to pass the CBSP exam. You can change it. You can get my complete practice test link in the description, with a discount coupon, for the complete practice questions. These questions come with full explanations, which will help you get your certification on the first try. Please leave suggestions in the comment section to improve my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Section 1. Blockchain Basics and Cryptography. I will explain, in simple words, what a blockchain really is and how it works. A blockchain is a list of blocks. Each block holds data and a link to the last block. We call the link a hash, and it helps keep data safe from quiet changes. You will learn about keys, signatures, and hashes, which protect transactions on the chain. Private keys are secret strings that you must keep safe and never share with anyone. Public keys are for others to check your signature, and they're safe to show. A digital signature proves you signed a message, and no one else could sign it. Hash functions take data and make a short number, which looks random and fixed. When data changes by one letter, hashes change a lot, and this helps detect tampering. Cryptography gives us tools like signatures, hashes, and encryption to protect assets on chains. Encryption hides data so only the right person can open and read it when needed. Key management is the daily work of keeping private keys safe, backed up, and recoverable. We will talk about wallets, which hold keys and help you sign transactions easily. Hot wallets stay online for quick use, and cold wallets stay offline for better safety. Multisig requires many people to sign a transaction, and this reduces single-point risk. Seed phrases help you restore wallets, so store them in a safe place, offline. Nodes validate transactions and keep copies of the ledger, helping the network stay honest. Light nodes ask full nodes for data, and they do not store the whole chain locally. Full nodes check all rules, and they stop bad blocks from entering the ledger. Running a node helps you learn more, and it increases your control over your security. Threats include phishing, lost keys, wallet bugs, and bad smart contracts with hidden flaws. We will learn to read errors and check addresses twice before you send any funds. Always test on a small transfer first, then increase, to reduce mistakes and surprise losses. Keep software updated, but check updates carefully, and only use trusted sources for downloads. Questions. Section 1. 1. What is a blockchain, and why does it store data in linked blocks? A blockchain stores data in linked blocks to detect changes and keep history intact. Linked hashes make tampering obvious, and every block proves previous data stayed the same. 2. What does a hash function do for blockchain security and data checks? A hash function creates a short fixed value that represents larger data, used for checks. Small changes make large hash differences, letting us quickly detect even tiny data edits. 3. Why must you keep your private key secret, and not share it online? A private key signs transactions, and sharing it allows others to steal your funds. With the private key, attackers can make valid signatures and move assets without permission. 4. How does a digital signature prove ownership of a transaction on the chain? A signature links your private key to the transaction, showing only you approved it. The network checks the signature with your public key, confirming you authorized the action. 5. What is a seed phrase, and why should you store it offline, safely? A seed phrase restores wallets, and storing it offline prevents remote attackers from copying it. Online copies can be leaked or stolen. Offline storage greatly reduces theft risk. 6. Why use a hardware wallet instead of a phone wallet for large sums? A hardware wallet keeps keys offline, making remote theft much harder for attackers. Even if your computer is hacked, the hardware device signs transactions without exposing keys. 7. What is multisig, and how does it reduce single-person risk for funds? Multisig needs multiple approvals for a transaction, so one lost key cannot move funds. Requiring several signatures spreads control, lowering the chance of total loss from single compromise. 8. Why do full nodes matter for network security and transaction validation? Full nodes check all rules and reject bad blocks, keeping ledger integrity for everyone. More full nodes means more independent checking, reducing chances of false or corrupt data spreading. 9. What is the danger of using hot wallets for large amounts of money? Hot wallets are online and easier to access, which makes them more vulnerable to hacks. Attackers target online devices, so large amounts should be held in safer, offline. Storage. 10. How can a simple phishing link lead to key theft or fund loss? Phishing tricks you to enter keys or seed phrases on fake sites, revealing secrets to attackers. Always verify site addresses and never paste your seed phrase into unknown web pages or forms. 11. What is a light node, and when is it useful for quick checks? A light node asks full nodes for data and uses less storage, useful on weak devices. Light nodes trade full verification for convenience, so trust relies on full node responses. 12. Why should you test transactions with small amounts before large transfers? Small tests reveal mistakes like wrong addresses or failed steps, reducing potential large losses. Testing first gives quick feedback and helps you catch human errors before costly transfers. 13. How does encryption differ from hashing in protecting blockchain data? Encryption hides data so only chosen parties can read, while hashing creates a fingerprint for checks. Encryption requires a key to open data, hashing cannot be reversed and only checks integrity. 14. Why is keeping backups of keys important, and how should you store them? Backups prevent permanent loss from device failure, and they should be stored offline, securely. Multiple safe copies in different places avoid single-point failures like theft or damage. 15. What is the main risk of using untrusted wallet software from unknown sources? Unknown wallet software may steal keys or include hidden malware, risking all your funds. Use only well-known, reviewed wallets, and verify downloads from official project websites. Section 2. Consensus, Nodes, and Network Security. I will explain how consensus keeps a blockchain honest, and why nodes matter for trust. Consensus rules define how nodes agree on the next block, preventing conflicting histories. Proof systems like proof of work or proof of stake change how nodes win block creation rights. Understanding these systems helps you spot attacks and choose secure networks for your projects. A 51% attack happens when one group controls most validation power, and rewrites blocks. Networks with many independent validators reduce this risk, and decentralization is a security goal. Validators must run secure nodes, keep keys safe, and monitor software for suspicious behavior. Slashing penalizes bad validator actions, and this encourages correct behavior and careful key handling. Network attacks include eclipse attacks, Sybil attacks, and relay manipulation of block data. Eclipse attacks isolate a node, feeding it false information, which can lead to wrong decisions. Sybil attacks add many fake nodes, trying to control gossip and influence consensus results. Good peer selection and diverse connections help nodes stay connected to honest parts of the network. Latency and partition faults can split networks temporarily, causing forks and transaction reversals. We must plan for splits by checking confirmations and understanding finality rules for each chain. Finality means the point after which a block is effectively irreversible, lowering rollback risks. Different chains use different finality models, so learn each network's rules before trusting them. Secure node operation includes backups, monitoring, and limiting node access to trusted staff only. Key rotation reduces long-term risk, and using HSMs or hardware signing reduces online exposure. Remote management needs secure channels, and never share private keys over chat or email. Audit logs help trace incidents, and regular checks can spot unusual node behavior early on. Questions, Section 2. 1. What is consensus, and how does it help the blockchain maintain one true ledger? Consensus is the set of rules nodes use to agree on the next block, keeping one ledger. Without consensus, nodes might accept conflicting blocks, causing confusion and possible fraud. 2. How does proof of work protect the network from easy block rewriting attacks? Proof of work needs high computing effort to create blocks, raising cost for attackers to rewrite chain. High cost and time make large reorgs expensive, discouraging attackers from trying to rewrite history. 3. What is a 51% attack, and why does it threaten network security? A 51% attack occurs when one actor controls majority power, enabling block censorship or reorgs. Majority control lets an attacker prevent confirmations or double spend funds by reorganizing recent blocks. 4. How does proof of stake differ, and what new risks should you watch for? Proof of stake uses staked tokens to win block rights, which shifts risk to validator collusion. Staked capital can be slashed for misbehavior, but collusion among validators can still harm finality. 5. What is an eclipse attack, and how does it affect a node's view of the network? An eclipse attack isolates a node, feeding it only attacker-controlled peers and false chain data. Isolated nodes may accept invalid blocks or suffer from delayed view of actual network state. 6. Why diversify peer connections, and how does that reduce networking attack risks? Diverse peers mean information comes from many honest sources, making isolation and manipulation harder. A mix of peers across regions reduces chances that many are controlled by a single attacker. 7. What is finality, and how does it reduce the chance of transaction rollbacks? Finality marks a block as irreversible under protocol rules, lowering the chance of later reversals. Knowing finality thresholds helps you decide how many confirmations are safe for high-value transfers. 8. How does slashing encourage correct validator behavior in proof-of-stake networks? Slashing removes stake from misbehaving validators, creating financial risk for breaking consensus rules. The threat of losing staked tokens aligns validator incentives with correct, honest operation. 9. Why should node operators keep their validator keys off general servers and in secure devices? Keeping keys in secure devices prevents remote attackers from stealing keys and signing bad blocks. Hardware signing devices limit exposure, so even if a server is breached, keys remain safe. 10. What is a Sybil attack, and how does it aim to control network gossip? A Sybil attack creates many fake identities to flood the network, influencing peer selection and messages. Strong identity checks and stake requirements make Sybil attacks expensive and less effective. 11. How can you detect when a node is under attack or being censored by peers? Monitor unusual peer lists, unexpected block delays, and repeated disconnects for signs of attack. Early detection via logs and alerts lets you respond faster before serious damage occurs. 12. Why is monitoring node health and logs crucial for secure operation of validators? Logs show warnings and errors early, helping you act before small problems become big security incidents. Regular review finds misconfigurations, hardware faults, or suspicious activities that need fixing quickly. 13. What role does decentralization play in resisting consensus manipulation and attacks? Decentralization spreads control across many independent parties, making single-actor attacks much harder. More independent validators and nodes reduce the chance that one group can control consensus. 14. How do network partitions cause temporary forks, and what is the user impact? Partitions split the network view, leading to forks that may later require reorgs or cause confusion. Users can see double spends or delayed confirmations until the network heals and finality resumes. 15. What practices keep running nodes and validators safer from theft or accidental loss? Use hardware signing, rotate keys, backup configs, monitor logs, and limit staff with key access. Combining technical controls and policies reduces both insider errors and external theft chances. At the end, remember to get the full course link in the description for the complete practice tests, with a discount coupon available. Please leave suggestions in the comments to help me improve these videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Section 3. Smart contracts and common security risks. Smart contracts are programs on the blockchain, and they run exactly as written. Once deployed, code cannot be changed easily, so mistakes stay forever on-chain. I want you to test code before launch, and review logic with simple test cases. Small logic errors can cause big losses, so careful review saves real money. Reentrancy happens when a contract calls another contract, before updating state. Attackers can repeat calls, draining funds before balances update inside storage. Always update balances first, then send value, to reduce reentrancy risk. Use trusted libraries for safe patterns, and avoid writing complex logic alone. Integer overflow and underflow can change values beyond expected number ranges. Modern compilers add checks, but older code needs safe math checks manually. Never assume numbers stay in range, test edge cases with very large inputs. Use clear limits, and reject values that exceed allowed bounds in functions. Access control decides who can call sensitive functions and move stored funds. Missing access checks let anyone pause systems or move assets without approval. Use role-based access and test each role with allowed and blocked actions. Review ownership logic carefully and add emergency pause for risky situations. Randomness on-chain is hard because data is visible to all participants. If randomness is predictable, attackers can game lotteries and reward systems. Use secure randomness sources and delay reveals to reduce manipulation risk. Never rely on block timestamps alone, because miners can influence small changes. External calls may fail, and they can block your logic if not handled well. Always check call results, and handle failures without breaking core logic flow. Set gas limits carefully, so calls do not run out and stop your process. Design functions to be simple, and avoid deep call chains when possible. Questions, Section 3. 1. Why should smart contracts be tested heavily before deployment on main networks? Smart contracts cannot be easily changed later, so bugs can cause permanent losses. Testing finds logic errors early and saves funds before attackers can exploit mistakes. 2. What is reentrancy, and how can it drain funds from a vulnerable contract? Reentrancy allows repeated calls before state updates, letting attackers withdraw funds many times. Updating balances after sending funds enables repeated calls, draining stored value quickly. 3. Why should state be updated before sending funds in contract functions? Updating state first blocks repeated calls from using old balances to withdraw again. This simple order change prevents attackers from abusing outdated state during reentrant calls. 4. How can integer overflow change expected contract behavior in dangerous ways? Overflow wraps numbers around, creating incorrect balances or bypassing limit checks. Wrong values can unlock features or allow more withdrawals than intended by design. 5. Why is access control a key part of smart contract security design? Access control restricts sensitive actions, preventing unauthorized users from moving funds. Without checks, anyone can call admin functions, breaking trust and safety of contracts. 6. What risk comes from predictable randomness in on-chain games or lotteries? Predictable randomness lets attackers predict outcomes and unfairly win rewards repeatedly. Attackers can time transactions or adjust inputs to force winning outcomes. 7. Why should block timestamps not be used as secure randomness sources? Miners can slightly change timestamps, making results predictable for attackers. Small timestamp changes can alter outcomes, letting insiders influence random results. 8. How do unchecked external calls harm contract reliability and user safety? Failed calls can break logic flow, causing stuck funds or halted operations. Checking call results lets contracts recover safely and avoid frozen states. 9. Why are trusted libraries safer than custom complex logic for common patterns? Trusted libraries are reviewed by many users, reducing risk of hidden logic errors. Reused code has more testing and eyes, lowering chances of unknown attack paths. 10. How does adding emergency pause improve contract safety during active attacks? Emergency pause stops risky functions, limiting damage while fixes are prepared. Pausing buys time to protect funds when unexpected behavior appears. 11. Why should you test edge cases with very large numbers in contracts? Large inputs reveal overflow issues and broken limits that normal tests may miss. Attackers use edge values to bypass checks and cause harmful state changes. 12. What danger comes from deep call chains between many contracts? Deep chains increase failure points, gas use, and attack surface for reentrancy issues. Simpler calls reduce complexity, making behavior easier to test and secure. 13. How can missing role checks allow attackers to take control of contracts? Missing checks let any user call admin functions and change system behavior. Role checks protect core features like pausing, upgrades, and fund movements. 14. Why is code review by another developer helpful before contract deployment? A second reviewer spots logic mistakes and risky patterns you may miss. Fresh eyes catch simple errors that can cause large financial damage. 15. How does limiting input values help reduce attack risks in smart contracts? Input limits block extreme values that attackers use to break logic checks. Validation enforces safe ranges, reducing unexpected behavior in contract functions. Section 4. Wallet security, user safety, and key protection. Wallet safety starts with how you store keys and how you use devices daily. Never store seed phrases in plain text on phones or cloud notes online. Offline storage reduces theft risk, and physical copies protect against device loss. Split backups across safe places, so one loss does not destroy your access. Phishing messages try to scare users, pushing them to click fake recovery links. Always check URLs carefully, and never enter seed phrases on random websites. Real wallet teams never ask for keys, and they do not need your secrets. Bookmark official sites, and avoid links sent through random messages. Malware can record keystrokes, or change addresses during copy and paste actions. Always double-check addresses on hardware screens before signing any transaction. Use updated antivirus tools, and avoid installing unknown browser extensions. A clean system reduces hidden risks that steal keys quietly. Public Wi-Fi is unsafe for transactions, because attackers can monitor traffic. Avoid sending funds on open networks, and use trusted connections at home. VPNs help protect traffic, but they do not replace careful device hygiene. Never assume privacy on shared computers, and log out after any wallet use. Social engineering tricks users into trusting fake support agents on chat apps. Scammers copy logos and names, pretending to help with lost funds issues. Support teams never ask for keys, and never request remote access to devices. Always reach support through official sites, not links sent by strangers. Questions, Section 4. 1. Why should seed phrases never be stored in cloud notes or email drafts? Cloud storage can be hacked, exposing seed phrases to attackers easily. Online leaks give attackers full wallet control, leading to fast fund theft. 2. How does phishing trick users into giving away their wallet secrets? Phishing uses fake urgency messages to push users onto fake recovery pages. Users panic and enter secrets, which attackers collect to steal funds. 3. Why is public Wi-Fi unsafe for sending blockchain transactions? Public Wi-Fi can be monitored, exposing transaction details and session data. Attackers may intercept traffic or inject malicious redirects on open networks. 4. How can malware change copied wallet addresses during transfers? Malware replaces copied addresses with attacker addresses during paste actions. Users think they sent funds correctly, but funds go to attacker wallets. 5. Why should you verify addresses on hardware wallet screens before signing? Hardware screens show the real destination, blocking hidden malware address swaps. Device display confirms the true address before you approve the transaction. 6. Why are browser extensions a common risk for wallet security? Extensions can read page data or inject scripts that steal keys silently. Unknown extensions may spy on wallet use, exposing secrets over time. 7. How does splitting backups improve wallet recovery safety? Splitting backups prevents single location loss from destroying wallet access. If one backup is damaged, another copy preserves recovery ability. 8. Why should you avoid using shared computers for wallet access? Shared computers may have spyware, logging keystrokes, and stealing secrets. You cannot trust system security on shared machines with unknown software. 9. How do fake support agents exploit users during wallet issues? Fake agents pretend to help, then request keys or remote access. Real support never asks for secrets, so such requests signal scams. 10. Why is bookmarking official wallet websites safer than clicking random links? Bookmarks avoid fake domains, reducing risk of landing on phishing pages. Attackers use similar-looking URLs to trick users into entering secrets. 11. Why should you keep devices updated when managing crypto wallets? Updates fix known security bugs that attackers use to gain access. Old software contains holes that malware exploits to steal keys. 12. How can physical storage of seed phrases reduce remote theft risk? Physical copies stay offline, blocking remote attackers from accessing secrets. Offline storage removes exposure to online hacking attempts. 13. Why is logging out of wallet sessions on shared systems important? Logging out prevents later users from accessing open wallet sessions. Open sessions let others move funds without your knowledge or consent. 14. How can social pressure messages lead to rushed and unsafe actions? Scammers create fear, pushing users to act fast without checking details. Rushed actions cause mistakes, leading to stolen funds or leaked secrets. 15. Why should you avoid remote access tools when seeking wallet help? Remote access lets attackers view screens and steal keys during sessions. Attackers can capture secrets in real time and take control of wallets. Section 5. Incident response, monitoring, and forensics. When an incident starts, stay calm, and write down what you see first. Logs show timelines, and they help you track when strange actions began. Freeze affected systems, and avoid making changes that hide useful evidence. Take copies of logs, and keep them safe for later review and reporting. Set alerts for unusual transfers, and for sudden spikes in gas usage patterns. Real-time alerts help you react fast, and limit damage from ongoing attacks. Know who to call first, and keep contact lists ready for fast response. Practice drills with your team, so actions become clear during real incidents. Forensics is the process of finding what happened, and how attackers entered. check contract events, and trace fund paths across blocks and related wallets. Compare timelines with user reports, and match them with node logs carefully. Document each step, so later reviews learn from mistakes and fix weak points. Public disclosure should be careful, and avoid leaking details that help attackers. Share enough to warn users, and guide them on steps to protect their funds. Work with chain explorers and exchanges when tracking stolen assets paths. Legal steps may help, but fast response improves chances of partial recovery. Questions, Section 5. 1. Why should you write down first signs when a security incident begins? Early notes capture details that may be lost during later changes. Initial signs help rebuild timelines and understand how the attack started. 2. Why should you avoid changing affected systems before collecting logs? Changes can erase evidence, making it harder to learn attack paths. Preserving state helps forensic work find how attackers entered systems. 3. How do alerts for unusual transfers reduce damage during active attacks? Alerts show attacks early, letting teams pause systems or warn users. Early notice shortens attack time, limiting total funds lost. 4. Why are practice drills useful for real incident response situations? Drills train teams to act fast and correctly under pressure. Practiced steps reduce confusion and delays during real attacks. 5. What role do transaction traces play in blockchain forensics work? Traces show where funds moved, helping track attacker wallets. Following paths across blocks reveals theft routes and linked accounts. 6. Why should incident reports be detailed and carefully documented? Detailed reports help teams learn and prevent similar future attacks. Clear records guide fixes, audits, and better response planning. 7. How can sharing too many technical details help attackers later? Attackers learn weaknesses and repeat attacks using shared information. Careful disclosure balances user safety with not teaching attackers new tricks. 8. Why is time critical when working with exchanges after theft? Fast contact increases chances to freeze funds before attackers move them. Delays give attackers time to split and hide stolen assets. 9. How do logs help confirm whether insider access was involved? Logs show account actions and access patterns tied to specific users. Comparing access times with staff roles can reveal misuse or compromise. 10. Why should backups of logs be stored securely and separately? Secure backups protect evidence from tampering or accidental deletion. Separate storage preserves forensic data even if systems are compromised. 11. How can node monitoring detect early signs of abnormal network behavior? Monitoring reveals unusual delays or forks that suggest attacks. Early network warnings signal deeper issues affecting consensus safety. 12. Why is coordinating with legal teams helpful after large security incidents? Legal teams guide disclosure, reporting, and asset recovery steps. Proper process avoids legal mistakes while pursuing recovery options. 13. How does matching user reports with logs improve forensic accuracy? User reports add context that logs alone may not show. Combined data builds a clearer picture of attacker actions. 14. Why should teams practice communication plans during security drills? Clear communication prevents panic and misinformation during real attacks. Planned messaging keeps users informed without spreading fear or confusion. 15. How can quick isolation of affected services limit attack spread? Isolation stops attackers from moving further across connected systems. Cutting access paths contains damage and protects unaffected components. Section 6. Compliance, Policy, and Secure Operations. Security policies guide daily actions, and they keep teams aligned on safety rules. Clear rules help new staff learn safe habits and avoid risky shortcuts. Policies should be simple and reviewed often as systems change. Training sessions help teams follow rules and spot suspicious behavior early. Compliance means meeting legal and platform rules for data protection practices. Know your user data duties and protect personal data from leaks. Access logs help prove who viewed sensitive data and when access occurred. Least access rules reduce damage because users get only what they need. Change management controls how updates reach production systems safely. Review changes, test them, and approve before public release to users. Rollback plans prepare teams to restore service when updates break functions. Version control tracks who changed code and when changes happened. Vendor risk matters when using third-party services for nodes or analytics. Review vendor security claims and ask for proof of past audits. Limit data shared with vendors and avoid sending private keys anywhere. Exit plans help you leave vendors safely if trust breaks later. Questions. Section 6. 1. Why do written security policies help teams follow safe daily habits? Policies give clear rules, guiding staff towards safer actions. Clear rules reduce mistakes caused by guesswork or unclear expectations. 2. Why should policies be reviewed often as systems change over time? System changes create new risks that old policies may not cover. Updates keep rules aligned with current tools and threat patterns. 3. How does least access reduce damage when accounts are compromised? Limited access restricts how much attackers can change or steal. Smaller permissions limit impact from stolen or misused accounts. 4. Why is change review needed before deploying updates to live systems? Reviews catch bugs and risky changes before users are affected. Early checks prevent outages and security holes from reaching production. 5. Why are rollback plans useful when updates cause service failures? Rollback plans restore stable versions quickly, reducing downtime. Fast recovery protects users and limits losses from broken updates. 6. How does version control help during security incident investigations? Version control shows who changed code and when changes happened. Change history helps find when vulnerabilities were introduced. 7. Why should you limit data shared with third-party service providers? Shared data increases leak risk if vendors are breached. Less shared data means less damage when vendor security fails. 8. Why should private keys never be shared with vendors or support teams? Sharing keys gives full control of funds to outsiders. Anyone with keys can move assets without permission. 9. How do audit reports from vendors help assess their security claims? Audit reports show whether vendors follow security standards in practice. Proof from audits is stronger than simple promises of safety. 10. Why are access logs useful for compliance and incident reviews? Logs prove who accessed data and when access occurred. Logs support investigations and meet reporting duties. 11. How can training sessions reduce user mistakes in daily operations? Training builds safe habits and awareness of common attack tricks. Informed users are less likely to fall for scams. 12. Why is it safer to limit staff permissions, even for trusted employees? Trusted staff accounts can still be hacked or misused. Limiting access reduces harm if accounts are compromised. 13. How does documenting processes help during staff changes or incidents? Documents guide new staff and ensure consistent responses. Clear steps prevent chaos when team members change suddenly. 14. Why should exit plans exist for third-party vendors and services? Exit plans protect continuity if vendor trust breaks. Planned exits avoid rushed moves that risk data loss. 15. How does separating duties reduce insider threat risks? Separation prevents one person from controlling sensitive actions alone. Shared responsibility lowers risk of misuse or hidden fraud. Final reminder: you can get the full course and complete practice test in the description, with a discount coupon included. Please leave your suggestions in the comments to help me improve these videos, and don't forget to subscribe.